formulas that actually work. I am Angela Gerber, your Chief Marketing Chemist at the Marketing Apothecary. And if you've ever felt like your message is getting lost in the noise or your campaigns aren't converting, you are in the right place. Let's mix story and strategy and get your marketing doing what it's supposed to do, grow your business. I'm so excited today. We are going to talk about something that is not what you think of when I mention the word marketing, and that is something called systems. Yes, I said the S word. So if you've ever felt like you're stuck marketing on autopilot, things are just up and running, you're churning out all this content, but it's not really getting you any traction, this episode is for you. Because the truth is, you can't scale chaos, but you can scale a system. Let's talk about it. I call this Frankenstein marketing. And I mentioned Frankenstein because yes, if you know me, I love Halloween. But people Frankenstein their marketing. They're piecing these random things together, stitching the odds and ends, trying to make Frankenstein, but it never quite works. If this sounds like you, maybe you're posting infrequently, it's that blank cursor, oh, I've got to post today, or you love writing content and you're so passionate about these really long form blogs, but then you never use it again because you said that once and someone definitely read it. Or you're manually doing marketing. Marketing manually is so painful for your business. You've got stacks of business cards everywhere. You're trying to remember who is that person? When did I last follow up with them? It's exhausting and it's easy to get your marketing and your contacts lost in all of that mess. Maybe you've done a marketing audit, but I'm guessing you probably haven't done that either. And the truth is, you're not alone, nor are you doing marketing wrong. You just don't have the systems in the right place to scale what's working. Again, a lot of businesses are wasting time. They're constantly reinventing the wheel. That didn't work. I've got to start over. Maybe they're burning money because they're just doing things inconsistently. That stop-start can quickly drain your business bank account. Or let's face it, they just stall out because they are overwhelmed with their marketing. Today's episode is for you. We are going to take you from Frankenstein to formula with repeatable systems that grow with you, not against you. I'm going to introduce you to a client of mine. She's amazing, by the way, and she runs a boutique P&C insurance recruiting company, property and casualty for you non-insurance folks out there. I'm telling you, these ladies know their stuff. They are amazing. They built an amazing business. She started all by herself. Now she's got a team. It's like a well-oiled machine. The one thing that was not a well-oiled machine though was her marketing. She was doing what many business owners do, and they start outsourcing pieces and odds and ends because again, they just need content for LinkedIn, right? They just need to show up. Well, yes, but when you start outsourcing some of these things, it's really easy to get content that's super generic. You might be working with a provider who really doesn't understand the niche that you work in. The other thing they did was a newsletter. And I heard this from them when I first started working with them. When I said, how often do you send out the newsletter? And they said, ooh, well, we try once a quarter, but when we have time, we're a lean and mean team. It's a lot to take on putting out a newsletter, creating and editing LinkedIn content. And again, they were just doing the things and marketing just felt overwhelming and it never really felt strategic because it was just pieces of things. It's that random tactic approach. I bet this sounds familiar to a few of you listening today. So what did we do? How did we fix this marketing content system that was just sort of running on autopilot, doing really nothing for their business? We created systems. We started with content buckets. What are the 3 or 4 things that are truly unique to her niche and her expertise as a business owner that we could really lean into to connect with those P&C firms that she was working with? So how can we really turn our expertise into content? Next, we created a calendar. So how do we take those that content that we were creating in those buckets and create a calendar so that it didn't feel like, well, crap, what are we going to post today? No, we had a system and a cycle that we could easily work through in that content calendar. We also created some different templates, whether it was roles they were recruiting for, things that we would repurpose from the newsletter, ways to get people to sign up and get on her list. We created these plug and play templates and workflows so that it was easy to do the things that we had to repeat. And we also were able to streamline their approval process because, again, when you're working with different contractors and team members, but you want to make sure it's authentic to your business, you've got to have a system so that it doesn't feel like more work for you as a business owner. And let me tell you, this transformed their content into an actual marketing engine that started to work for their business. We took their newsletter from that, hopefully we can get it out this quarter, to once a month. It was going out once a month. We knew exactly what we were going to talk about because we had our content buckets integrated into that newsletter. That newsletter has an average of a 50% open rate, which is extraordinary. Industry averages for email open rates are more like 17 to 23%. So 50% is incredible. Her audience knew what she had to say, that it was valuable, and they were listening. Their LinkedIn profile, both for her as a business owner and their company, has continued to grow steadily because we provide consistent value and education to her clients, and it really reflects their authenticity and the same conversation that you might have with them on the phone, and the tone that she conveys is coming up in her LinkedIn as well. And the best part was they felt more in control of their content and their marketing and their business. It was no longer chaotic. It was no longer overwhelming. They had a system and a process to manage that they could truly own and work with me as their partner. It was amazing. So, how in the world do you actually scale what is working in your marketing? And I'll bring you back to the S word, and that is systems. I'm going to give you 4 systems for your marketing that you can build. It's not scary, it's not hard, and I promise you they will save you time and energy when it comes to your business. So the first thing I want you to do is create a content system for your business. Just like we did with my boutique recruiter client, what are those buckets of content that you can create? How can you show up authentically and add value to your clients? Are there any things that you can do that you might want to templatize? Is there a video that you do frequently? Are there things that you can create in terms of templates, again, that are going to save you time when you're creating all of this content? And you also just want to think about those content calendars. It sounds ridiculous, but I'm telling you, a calendar will save your life when it comes to content. It won't feel so overwhelming. You won't go, oh my goodness, I need to post today. What do I do? You can look at your calendar. It will make your life better. The other thing you want to do is multiply your content. I hear this so often, like, oh, well, I already said that. Oh, well, I just posted that. You have to remember, like, you're fighting for your clients' attention. People are scrolling through feeds. They are busy. They are multitasking. So never think of your content as a one and done. You can always repurpose it. And if you love writing long form content, I'm going to tell you right now, you are sitting on absolute marketing gold. So multiply your content. The third thing I want you to do is marketing automation. That's right. Automate some of these processes. Stop doing marketing manually. It's a huge time suck when you're wondering, oh, what's that follow-up by email I send from a networking event? Or, oh, I just brought someone into my new workflow. How do I onboard them? There are so many things that you can look at from a marketing perspective that you can automate that is going to make your life so much easier. Tools are your friend, so keep that in mind. And the fourth one is audits. Do a little bit of your own diagnostic. Don't get caught up doing everything, because again, no one can, although I often try. I don't recommend it. Don't audit everything. Start looking at your marketing and your content and just pick a few different things that you can diagnose and look into. Think about it. Like, what am I saying? When I'm talking, is anyone listening? Does anyone have any clue what I do? Where are my people? Like, are you actually showing up in the right places? And think about your efforts. Again, we talk a lot about our time. Our time is our currency. Are those efforts that you're putting into your content in particular converting? You don't need to fix everything, but start to look at what you can fix that might be broken before you just start doing more things and trying something else. There is so much gold in our business when we truly start to dive in and we really understand what is working, what's not working. It's amazing what we will find when we start looking under the hood of our own business. And again, remember, you don't need 47 insights and 8 million data points, but you do need some. And even just pick 3. What are 3 things that I could really focus on in my business that would truly move the needle? I'm telling you, there's gold when we look into our own business. So, what can we do from here? I want to make sure that you leave here today and you think about, what could I do today to change my marketing, to create systems in my business so that I can actually scale what I'm doing, especially when it comes to our content. So here is your 3 steps that I want you to do after you watch this episode. I want you to, number 1, do an audit. Don't audit everything. Like I said, you'll go into the weeds, but ask yourself, do people truly know what I do? Sit down next to someone at a coffee shop that you don't know and start a conversation and ask them what they do, and then return the favor and see if they ask more questions, if they want more information, or they're just smiling and nodding. Think about the next thing here is, like, are the right people actually finding you? You've all had a client that you absolutely love and you wish you could replicate. So where did you find them? And why aren't you finding more? Where are you showing up? And think about your lead conversion, because lots of leads is only as good as the leads that convert into clients. So not always more. Think quality over quantity. That's what I want you to do for your audit. That's step 1. Step 2, choose one system, just one of the systems that I mentioned today. Is it, I'm going to focus on my content system? Are you going to focus on, hey, I've actually never thought about automating any of my marketing. Maybe that's a place to start. So again, just pick one thing that you can build in your business this month. Small steps in our business will truly move the needle. What could you do in your marketing that you could create a system around that's going to alleviate those headaches that you get when I talk about marketing? And your action step number 3 is make your marketing repeatable. Define your buckets. Think about that content calendar. How can you rotate? How can you create a system? How can you start to track? And again, those metrics and those repeated systems in our business truly help us understand what works so that we can really lean into that to scale. One repeatable system is worth way more in your business than 10 random campaigns. Systems will make all the difference in your business. So when you scale, don't forget, without leaning into these systems in your marketing, you're going to struggle. But you can fix that. You can turn your marketing into a well-oiled machine and stop doing that never-ending, exhausting scramble thinking that it's not going to move the needle on our business, because it truly will. Next time, we are going to talk about something else that a lot of businesses run from when I mention marketing, and that is measuring and metrics. Stick around, because we are going to dive into how to measure what matters, how to build simple and smart tracking systems so you can finally stop guessing and start making data-driven marketing decisions. So, I'm Angela Gerber, the Chief Marketing Chemist at the Marketing Apothecary. You can find me on LinkedIn, or you can check out the Marketing Apothecary as well on Instagram. But I want to make sure I give a huge shout out to Erica Netterville of the Denver Business Beat podcast. None of this would be possible without all of her amazing work. We have some fabulous other individuals that also have shows on here. We would love for you to follow our channel, like, subscribe, tell our friends. That's what we're here to do as business owners. And the other thing I want to say is a huge shout out to our sponsors. We would not be here without you. So I just want to give you guys a shout out as well. So first I want to thank Jamie Morelli and Chris Peterson. They have 4 amazing locations of waxing the city, and they are doing a grand opening party, not to be missed, August 9th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. right downtown in Denver. So make sure you come to that open house. It is sure to be fun. I also want to give a shout out to Megan Wesley of Endurance Estate Planning. She's doing estate planning for busy people, aren't we all? Plus, she offers a free planning session, so definitely check her out. Of course, the Sales Geek. We love the Sales Geek, and I love anything nerdy and formulaic. Of course, you know that. Huge shout out to Ben Kinning. You can find Ben at ben.kinning@salesgeeksw.com. He's going to help you change the way the world perceives sales. Also, a huge shout out to Surface Prints. They bring your vision to life by printing high resolution images directly on your wall. No wallpaper, no vinyl, no mess. From logos to landscape, from animals to animation, our UV cured ink creates durable, seamless design on almost any surface. Pretty cool. And if you're a business owner, this is like gold. So contact Surface Prints for those needs. Also, thank you to Michael Rhino. He is a professional portrait and headshot photographer. He also does landscape and nature photography. So definitely check out Michael. You can find him on LinkedIn. You can also find him on his website, michaelrhinophotography.com, and check out all of his amazing work. We also want to thank at Bookkeeping and CFO Solutions 5280. These people will take care of your numbers so you can take care of your business. I don't know about you, but that sounds amazing because numbers aren't always your friend. So enlist the experts at Bookkeeping and CFO Solutions 5280. So thank you so much for tuning in. I'm thrilled to be part of the Denver Business Beat podcast, and tune in for our next episode coming at you in 2 weeks. Thanks.